What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
That sounded so great, and to have it in a classroom.
I know.
Is that a first?
For me, that was the first time performing with a musical instrument in a classroom.
Yeah.
For real, ever in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of. I was in guitar band in high school, so it was a bunch of us with electric guitars.
Okay.
It was a mess.
I never got a chance to do that.
Hey, cross this shit off your bucket list,
Thanks,
right? Talk to me about the new record, man. I mean, both of you guys have been. It's only been 2 years, which we were talking off camera is like an eternity in this music world
Yeah,
right
nowadays.
now.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, when did you start it? How long were you living with these songs before you actually put them on the record?
So yeah, we really like the makings of the first song for the record were probably about 2 years ago. One of the songs even like it was made for the prior record, just didn't make the cut because it didn't make sense in the flow of things.
Right.
We ended up actually pulling a couple of songs from like almost 4 years ago. Only one of them made the cut for the record, but
Yeah.
like Do 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 and Burn almost. They're going to be on B-sides for the record. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been about 2 years, and we just kind of like the process has been because when we go on tour, it's hard to kind of get back into the swing of making music. So we would have a couple months off, get in the groove of being in the studio, then go back on the road and be partying and playing music and getting in that mindset. And it just was a tedious process.
The style that you guys have, it's not, and correct me if I'm wrong, like when you're out on tour, I would think there's so many moving parts to every song that you guys do. It's almost impossible, I would think, to come up with new music while you're touring. Right?
Some people are good about like getting a laptop and sitting in the back of the bus and writing, but when we write music, we really like to fully immerse ourselves and take the time, weeks at a time to just get into the studio. It takes a couple days to just get into the vibe of things when you get in there. So we like to really set aside time to dedicate to that and specifically that.
It takes me like a week or two just to start a loop that I don't hate. Like I feel like there needs to be some sort of groove that gets started, and it doesn't happen right away. And like green rooms they're not conducive to create, like it's really hectic.
Somebody's always coming in and asking you something,
Someone's always just...
Where's my toothbrush?
Yeah.
That was me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you do that a lot, man.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got the schmutz on my shoe, I had to scrub it.
Yeah.
I brush often.
Well, I can tell, you got the oral hygiene.
I have the good yellows going. Thanks to the morning coffee. So you guys are doing, you guys are like, well, first of all, congratulations on the album, because it's coming out Friday, so
Thanks,
let me just say that.
Yeah.
But you guys have a crazy, hectic tour schedule coming up.
Yeah, we're a month into it right now.
Yeah.
And
Actually, like a month and a half.
Are you
We're
really?
like right in the,
Are you?
in the dead center.
But you're going beyond, right? Are you going into the new year? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna we announced a New Year's show in Nashville, which is
Right.
cool because it's a hometown show, and then we're planning out a winter tour, and we're just...
You guys are on the road forever then.
Yeah, it's just a non-stop thing for us. It's
Yeah.
been that way for like 6 years. So.
We try to stay on the road pretty much.
I mean, are you okay with it? Are you basically like George Clooney and Up in the Air, or you guys miss home?
Well, I don't get that reference. What is the George Clooney?
Well, because he was always traveling.
Oh, he was always traveling. Okay.
Did you see the movie?
I was just gonna pass it off like I
I
understood
was,
the reference.
I was
gonna
looking
be like,
at I was looking at him.
No,
I was looking at him to say it.
Just go,
Can we get the other two guys in for the Can we just guys?
Nick.
Can we just like alternate?
But yeah, I mean, it's where were we at with that?
Well, do
Sorry.
you guys like remember your homes? I guess that's.
Oh yeah, well we get time at home.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of funny. We break the rules. We actually live together when we're off the road as well. So we've been roommates for like 6 years.
Yeah.
On paper, we're supposed to hate each other.
Well, you went to school together too, right?
But somehow we don't.
Yeah.
We don't hate each other.
But I mean, yeah, we pretty much live on the road. That's where we made all of our best friends. All of our closest friends are our touring crew. I mean, when people ask us like, "What do you guys do when you're not on the road or when you're not playing music?" We're like, I don't know. We don't really have much else going on in our lives. Not to sound like unexciting or anything, but no, it's the road's where we really feel at home. So
yeah. We've been 6 years in. Has been like our life on the road. So most of my 20s has been on the road, which is tight. That's what I dreamed of.
I mean, well,
like since I was like in 4th grade, but we lost all of our friends in Nashville. But we came at the same time. When we go home, we just like hang out at our house and catch up on like
Netflix.
Netflix? I don't fucking know.
Well, you're on the road all the time. I
Yeah,
would think you'd
yeah.
be binge watching on the road, no?
The internet reception is not solid
Really?
for
Yeah.
Netflix on the road.
Damn, you guys have to like talk and read books.
We're
You have to do the old, you have to
by
do like the
candlelight.
old school
It's
shit.
crazy.
Dude, it's crazy. We have to have conversations with each other.
That
It's nuts.
sucks.
Yeah, it's nuts.
We
That's
have
what
to
cell
roll
phones
over
and
joints
texting's
bark.
about.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the record, right? So the last one, I'll talk about the single in particular. So it took a little while for Doses, right, to truly take off. Are you getting a different vibe with this record? I know it hasn't come out yet. That maybe there's some, sure shot with this.
I don't necessarily feel like there's a sure shot. Like my whole thing with it is we feel super confident with all the songs, and I think our next step is just making proper video content. Because I think that's kind of what made Doses do what it did. Was there was a video that made sense with the songs, like the audio and visuals connected with people, and they're like, tight. These are some dudes just going out partying, whatever, And so that would be our next.
And well, one of the nice things though is this time around, we are releasing music to a lot of people that have been hanging with us for a couple of years now, coming out to the shows, listening to the other records and stuff. Whereas before we were releasing it to,
Whoever
kind
we're
of the
listening to.
world, and
Right.
we're gonna just throw a bunch of spaghetti out there and see what sticks, But now that there are people that have been coming to the shows for years and hanging out with us, it's really cool to see them responding to the new music at the shows because they've been waiting for it. We kept telling people new music is coming, just please wait for us. New music is coming, and now finally 2 years later, we're able to release it to people, and it's been awesome to see people start reacting to it.
Cool. So I can't believe you didn't get that George Clooney reference.
Sorry. at least
Hold on a
I
second.
didn't act like I got it.
I didn't hear anything you said. Can you repeat everything you said? So I guess last question, I asked this of everybody. So I have a almost 2-year-old at home. Any words of wisdom you want to impart on him and what he can...
Oh, I thought you were going to do the opposite thing and ask...
Not to
wisdom. No, for you. And I was like, I can't even give you any words of wisdom.
I don't
Maybe
either.
I'm being-
I'm interviewing you guys
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the classroom.
Oh,
Obviously, I have failed miserably in life. I don't need any advice whatsoever. No, but so I have a 2-year-old at home. Almost. Any words of wisdom so that when he figures out how to use a computer and I just sit him in front of it for hours on end. If he
see,
watches
that's game over. I'm scared for that.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
scared for the access to the internet now.
I don't even
It's-
know.
Yeah,
It's
true.
beyond me. It's going to be a different world when, like, your kid is grown up. You know what I mean?
Scary.
Because it's going to be... I think about it all the time. I don't know. And that's what makes me start feeling like I'm getting older is, like, me thinking about computers and technology and the internet and shit. I'm just like, holy...
And the election's not helping, right? So,
Oh, no, I'm super stoked on the election. That's good.
all right?
No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Big Gary Johnson fan. Gary Johnson's very controversial.
Yeah, things are going great.
Anyways, so wait, was there any advice in there?
My advice would be...
Stop dodging the question!
My advice would be safe.
I like it.
This is the advice I've given
Short,
before,
short,
and
short.
I'll give it again.
Yeah,
Always pee in the right places.
I love it.
Because that'd be a really terrible way to get in trouble.
And don't do powder drugs in public in New Orleans. Even if you think it's okay, it's not okay. That is one of the 2 things they risk for. Powder drugs in public and peeing on the street.
Wow.
Yeah.
I found that out.
I'm
Not
gonna-
the hard
I'm gonna
way,
just
but-
tell him that now.
Yeah.
Because it's good advice.
Yeah,
Because you don't know where he's gonna roam.
Let it
No.
sit for a while.
Yeah,
you know?
let it
Yes.
simmer a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Because, it's all about the powder drugs right now.
Things are crazy for 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Hey man, I love powdered Pedialyte.
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, this is the world we live in.
Accept it.
That's great.
Thanks, guys.
Dude, thank you.
Thanks for having us, John.
Thanks.
Yeah.